everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's tutorial is on this look right here, featuring brighter colors, bold lip. I'm loving these tones lately. It's all I want to put on my face, and I'm just loving the way this look turned out. Definitely complements many skin tones, eye colors, hair colors. I always do that. I try to find something that's going to complement a good range of people, and I hope you like this look. If you want to see how I created this look, keep watching. I'm going to start with the eyes today. I want to prime, so I'm grabbing my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and I'm just using this, a very thin layer all over the lid just to cancel out any of that veins or discoloration. Grabbing my Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Beaches and Cream, I'm going to use this as my lid color and even blend that into my crease. This is going to help any of the other shades blend out a lot better. Grabbing Makeup Geek's Unexpected. This is a really nice taupey purple shade. I'm going to see if this will look nice in the crease as that transition shade. For all over the lid, I'm getting another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This is in Rockstar. It's a beautiful gray shade, but then when you turn it, it has a purple iridescence. So I'm going to use this with a dampened brush and pack that all over the lid. Grabbing Makeup Geek's Bitten. I think I'm going to use this instead of a brown or a black in the outer V here, just to define things a little bit. I'll probably take this on the lower lash line too. I think that might look pretty. I'm going to grab a flat definer brush and I'm going to dip into a black eyeshadow. It can be any eyeshadow. With any of these eyeshadows, use what you already have on hand, but this is Makeup Geek's Corrupt, and I'm just going to dip that in and work it into the lashes. I'm not going all throughout the eye. I'm just starting in the middle and I'm pulling to the outer edge. Let's move on to the face. So I'm grabbing my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. I'm using that as a primer. The key to using this product is to work it into the skin until it gets tacky and starts to tug. That's when you know it's ready. If you leave it when it's this silky smooth feeling, it's not going to work well with your makeup. I think for my foundation today, I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This is in the shade Classic Ivory. It's just a touch too light for me, so I'm going to warm it up with a drop of my custom CoverFX or CoverFX custom drops, and this is in N40. I'm just going to dab that where I need it here in the center of the face mostly, and then I can blend it out. I'm just going to use a buffing brush. This is from Real Techniques. I'm not going to overdo it with coverage of the foundation because I am going to go in with concealer. I'm grabbing the Maybelline Master Conceal. This is in the shade Light. I'm almost out of this tube, so I've been using this a lot in my videos and using it a lot in my makeup routines each day just because I'm almost out of it and I want to get through it. Just trying to get through some of my makeup and downsize a little bit. I do love this concealer. So I'm actually just pushing this in with my finger, starting off with a small amount and just pushing that into the pores. You can always go in with a brush afterwards to make sure everything is blended. But I find when I take my time and do my fingers pushing that concealer in, I get a better finish, more long lasting than if you were just to kind of glob it on. It kind of slips all over the place and then starts to look a little cakey. Let's go ahead and set everything. Let's do the eyes first using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light, as I always do. Just make sure nothing's creased and then go in with the powder. I'm going to go in with my tiny little sample size of my Ambient Light in Dim Light because the foundation is a lot more of a matte, not completely matte. I don't need a whole lot of powder to mattify me, so I'm using Dim Light as a setting powder, but it also will give a nice glow to the face. Very subtle, but it will still give a nice real skin finish. For bronzer, to warm up the face, I'm grabbing the Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer. This is Park Avenue Princess. I'm just taking that on the frame of the face and on the cheeks, just where the sun would naturally hit me, and I'm using a very large, fluffy brush. For blush, I'm grabbing my Revolution blush palette, and I'm going to pick this shade right here. It's the second one to the end. I'm just going to apply that to the higher part of my cheek. And I'm using the same palette for the highlighter, grabbing this shade right here. It's a cool tone highlighter. Just going to use a fan brush, kick off some of that excess, and just take that on the high points here. This is a very dramatic highlight, but I'm going to blend it out with a brush. You can go very light-handed with this one. And then just any edges from that highlighter. With an intense highlighter, sometimes you start stops. So I'm just getting that buffing brush that we use the foundation, and I'm just dabbing over that. Finishing up with the eyes, I'm going to go back into Bitten, and I'm using a more defined brush here. I'm just going to take that, dab it first so we don't have any fallout, and then just give it a little swipe. I want to brighten up the inner corner a little bit, so I'm going to go back to that highlight that we use on our face in a very defined brush, and I'm going to take that right in the tear duct and just sweep it out, almost create that C. Going to curl those lashes before we put on mascara. Before going in with mascara, I'm going to tightline. I'm grabbing my Milani Supreme Kohl Kajal eyeliner. I haven't used this in so long, but I did like it. For mascara, I'm going to use the Covergirl Supersizer. It's in black, of course. And just going to get there and wiggle as close to the roots as possible. I'm kind of just flicking out. So when I'm applying the mascara, instead of just going and wiggling up, I'm wiggling and then pulling to the side, and that creates more of a cat eye, like fanned lash, instead of just pulling up to give a rounded lash. It's just a little technique that I think makes a difference on the eyes, and I like the effect. Kind of just brings them back, gives more of a lifted eye. If you have longer lashes than me, it's going to be even more effective. I don't have super long lashes. I normally use my NYX The Skinny mascara for the bottom, but I am going to use the same mascara for the bottom lashes. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to pull to the side. Now that we're done with the eyes, we have to work on these brows. Just going to brush them back and then fill them in. Brows today, I'm using the Chella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow color. brows are done, and I did top them off with the Brow Stylist Plumper from L'Oreal, as I always do in my brow routine. And on to lips. I think I want to keep things similar in tone, but definitely a bolder lip. So I'm going to start off with the East End Snob. It's my favorite lip liner. This is from Rimmel. I'm just going to line my lips. I've gone ahead and I lined them and I completely filled them in. This is such a gorgeous shade. You could leave the lip just like this, have a matte lip or throw a gloss on it, but I do want a bolder color. So I'm grabbing the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Gloss in the shade Rouge Envy. I love this color. It's so pretty. The reason why I went ahead and did the liner underneath is one, to give you another lip option to see what the look does look like with a lighter color. But also I find with these especially, it becomes a little bit less matte when you use, you know, it on bare lips, but using the liner creates more of a matte finish, almost acts as a primer, and these just go on better. I don't know if it's just my lips, but I find that that is a nice way to use these and get a little bit more longevity out of them. But moving on, I do want to add a little bit more blush because our bolder lip has taken away from some of that color on our cheeks. So I'm going back into the Makeup Revolution palette. I'm just applying that color and then diffusing it a little bit with my finger. And there you have it. That's our completed look. I've been so inspired by fuchsia colors or, you know, pinky tones, purpley tones. I've just been gravitating towards those a lot lately. So you're definitely going to see many similarities in a lot of the tutorials, but definitely different takes, and you can make it your own certainly. But I'm loving this look. I love this color lip. It is so gorgeous. I hope you like it as much as I do. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you do. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, you know where that button lives. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. So I've gone ahead and I applied my lashes. I will be posting a video of how to apply false lashes if you are interested in that step. But for the ease of this particular tutorial, I just skipped that altogether and applied them off camera.